Hello, friends, and welcome back to the channel. And it's beautiful to have you back here. For a while now, we've been discussing the cells of the immune system, but for today, we're going to take it a step further and we're going to discuss the organs of the immune system. There are particular organs that function in the immune system and have one or two different functions that they bring to the immune system, and it's important that we discuss some of these organs. Now, these organs have been broadly divided into two. They've been divided into what we call primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. That are the all these organs are organs that in one way or the other act in the immune system and have some effect on the immune system. So you have the primary lymphoid organs and the secondary lymphoid organs. Now we start with the primary lymphoid organs. They are just basically two primary lymphoid organs, and these two primary lymphoid organs are the bone marrows and the thymus. Now what's the bone marrow? Within our long bones, the femur, the tibia, fibula, humerus, all these long bones of the human body, we have bone marrows, and these bone marrows are site of hematopoiesis. We're going to still do a video where we discuss hematopoiesis. So this is the process that brings about the generation and production of different kinds of blood cells, including lymphoid cells, red blood cells, white blood cells. The whole process is begins at an origin which is within the bone marrow, and this process is called hematopoiesis. So the bone marrow is a primary lymphoid organ. The second primary lymphoid organ is the thymus. Now the thymus is found somewhere within the chest and just a bit above the heart, and with time is more pronounced or prominent in children, and with development into adulthood it disappears and disappears totally. Now it is the site of T cell maturation, is the place where T cells go to mature, and so it is an important organ. So we have those are the two primary lymphoid organs. You have the bone marrow and you have thymus. Now, after talking about the primary lymphoid organs, we can now go on to talk about the secondary lymphoid organs. What are some of the organs that make up the secondary lymphoid organs? Now, we start with a simple organ, which is the skin. The skin covers the body from head to toe, and the skin plays a serious role in immunology. It is a part of the immune system because it provides covering for all the internal organs of the body, and it's even a point or a site that helps to reduce or eliminate bacterial infestation, even parasites and helminthids. The fact that we have a skin that covers our body from head to toe makes it difficult for bacteria and other organisms to grow on the surfaces of our internal organs. The skin does that for us. Now we have the second one that we'll talk about among the secondary lymphoid organs are the lymph nodes. We have lymph nodes, and these lymph nodes are present in various sites of the body. You have them under the armpits, under the neck, in the groin region, at the knee region, behind the leg. We have different lymph nodes. At the groin region to the junctions of the legs, we have lymph nodes, and these lymph nodes are sites for the maturation of lymphocytes, different types of lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes. A lot of them mature in the lymph nodes, and they sometimes gather and aggregate in those lymph nodes before they go to attack parasites or pathogens that find their way into the body. So the lymph nodes are quite important. We also have the spleen. The spleen is located very close to the stomach, and it has its own function too. It helps to clear debris. Broken down red blood cells, broken down white blood cells are filtered away by the spleen. So the spleen is also an organ of the immune system, and it has that very unique function. We also have what we call mucosa associated lymphoid tissues, MALT for short, mucosa associated lymphoid tissues. Now you have tissues that line our gastrointestinal tract, the mouth, all the way to the alimentary canal, all the way down to the anus. You have tissues that line that. These tissues also line our urogenital tract. They also line our nasal tracts, from the nose to the trachea, the bronchi, and to the lungs. Now, these mucosa associated lymphoid tissues are important. They're important because within them there are a lot of white blood cells and immune system cells. A lot of these cells, and they are there because they're there to help to fight against pathogens. So they are there to make sure that any pathogen that wants to invade through any of these sites, the GIT, the urogenital tract, or through the respiratory tract, any pathogen is met with stiff resistance because of the presence of this mucosa associated lymphoid tissues, MALT. So this is important for us to know. We also have tonsils and adenoids. Tonsils and adenoids, your tonsils are present in, at the back of your mouth. You have at the back of, within the throat, at the back of the mouth there, you have tonsils, you have adenoids, and they are there because they are sites for maturation of a lot of immune system cells. So they are there and they help to fight against pathogens. They help for the maturation of a lot of immune system cells. They are sites where immune system cells aggregate, and if there's the need to fight a particular pathogen, those pathogens are fought by the cells that are present in these organs. So they play a serious role. We also have the liver. The liver plays a role in immunity. The liver is important because it also plays its own role in immunity. It helps in the production of antibodies. It helps in the aggregation of antibodies. The liver also has Kupffer cells. These Kupffer cells are there to help to filter blood and remove all sorts of pathogens that may be present within the blood. Also, we have blood and lymphoid tissues. Blood and lymphoid tissues are also examples of secondary lymphocyte organs or tissues. They are there and they play a role in immunity. The blood, blood consists of both red blood cells and white blood cells. They are all there to play a role in immunity. And lastly, we have the appendix. The appendix was first thought to be a vestigial body. That is, it was thought to be a body that was a relic of evolution and that has no usefulness, but research has proven that to be otherwise. Within the appendix, we have the growth of gut microbiome, you have the growth of bacteria and some other organisms that are good for digestion and use. The appendix is also a site where you have the aggregation of a lot of immune system cells. So this is very important for us to note and to understand. Primary lymphoid organs, secondary lymphoid organs, and we've mentioned all of this. I hope you take your time to listen again to all of this and get a grip and get an understanding of these aspects. Remember to like our content, share our content, and do have a wonderful day.